with a woman. Hillary Clinton was asked by an audience member at last night's MSNBC Telemundo town hall about releasing the transcripts of her paid speeches to companies like Goldman Sachs.
Why are you hesitant to release transcripts or video recordings of those meetings in order to be transparent with the American people regarding the promises and assurances that you have made to the big banks?
Well, let me say this. I am happy to release anything I have when everybody else does the same, because every other candidate in this race has given speeches to private groups, including Senator Sanders.
Again, you guys are just saying again.
There it goes again. I mean, you know, from the very first moment she was asked that question, I knew she was on that hedge cliff when she was like, yeah, we'll think about it. And so now we've gone from we'll think about it to, well, I will if everyone else will. Yeah. When everyone else doesn't have the problem you have with the American people. When
everyone else who made $225,000 in an hour's time should release those as well. What candidate has that? You may recall that at a Democratic debate in New Hampshire 2 weeks ago, Hillary Clinton said she would, quote, look into the releasing of the transcripts of her paid speeches. Well, last night, the Sanders campaign took to Twitter, posting a link to a website called IWillLookIntoIt.com. When you click the link, you get sent to a clock counting how long it's been since Clinton said she would look into releasing the transcripts. The Sanders campaign also tweeted out a link to speech the senator gave on a C-SPAN's Book TV back in 2011, along with the caption, "Don't worry, the $500 payout was given to charity." Ouch, wow. Yeah, well, I think that those speeches, unfortunately for her, are going to come out, but they're not going to come out being released by her, and I think there are going to be some things in those speeches that are going to create huge problems for her.
Well, you know, the Clintons just don't. The Clintons don't operate that way. The Clintons never release.
They're going to be released by someone.
It's always dragged out of them, kicking and screaming. That's happening for 30 years.
I would add, I agree with you, but I would add that it's not so much the speeches or the transcripts. This just adds to the level of exhaustion that's out there about the Clintons. For 20, 25, 30 years, it exhausts people.
And these are the self-inflicted wounds. The need to make even more money when you've already made over $100 million. That's very hard for people to understand. And why do that when you knew you were going to run for president? Why not just say no to that little chunk of money?
Literally, now they have money problems in the campaign.
It seems to me this is just a calculation that the Clintons have to make, right? What is what she said in the speeches
so damaging,
so tummy, and so kind of supportive of the financial industry, and so counter to the mood of the Democratic Party right now, that it would be damaging to her, or is it not?
Well, apparently
it was Hillary Clinton.
It apparently is.
Who arranged that these transcripts be made, right? That was part of her contract.
Well, yeah, it actually apparently is damaging based on all the reporting that's come out since then. It was clubby. She apologized for Goldman Sachs.
That's the thing.
That's a problem. So
that's how it's going to come out.
Let's set up the Democratic race, obviously.